when I was in 10th, I was convinced that I have to become a doctor.
Okay.
So I never wanted to become an engineer. My father always wanted me to become an engineer. My dad has always been in the background of my life somewhere or the other. My father just signed me up for AIEEE. My father just convinced me that okay, that's fine. Just go and give AIEEE. You'll have a good practice of your physics and chemistry. As luck would have it, I cleared my AIEEE. But for all of my other medical exams, I was not able to clear them.
Oh.
What is the branch that you want to go to? I was like totally stumped. What do you mean by branch? Then I want civil, mechanical, and one more.
Hi, Surbhi.
Right.
Welcome to our podcast, Not So Famous. I hope you're aware about
Yes.
what Not So Famous is. So, our audience would love to know more about you, who you are as a person, and let's narrate your story on a Not So Famous story.
So I'm just an average person. So my name is Surbhi Sharma, and I'm married. I have a kid who's 8 years old, and we have a dog. So this is what my family is, and I'm an engineer. Uh, I work on big data, and those are the problems I enjoy solving. And my husband is also in a similar space, and but he's more of a entrepreneur, so he keeps exploring different stuff. And yeah, that's about me.
Great. So, you said you're an engineer and your husband is an engineer. So, tell us more about your life, like which a lot of our audience will be able to relate to. Husband, wife, both engineer with a kid and a dog.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about how long you've been here. Tell us more about
So earlier on, I used to stay in Gurgaon. So and that's where I met my husband. So we got married, and we were based out of Gurgaon, and we had our son in Gurgaon, and then he got an offer in Bangalore, and we just packed our bags and came to Bangalore without really thinking everything through. And then I had to switch jobs because the company that I was working in, the team was I would have to do a remote work. That's how I ended up joining Walmart, and my husband is in Amazon. So it makes for a very interesting situation because Walmart and Amazon are competitors, and at home we discuss a lot of similar problems that both firms face. But if you look at the way that they've solved those problems, it's very difficult.
Interesting.
It's very different.
Yeah, got it. How long you've been with Walmart?
I've been 4.5 years now.
4.5 years. And how's the journey been? Tell
It's
us.
actually been very good because Walmart is very employee friendly.
It's a Fortune 1 company for
Yeah.
several reasons. So,
Yeah, and I was very lucky to be in a team where we were doing such impactful work. Like every new feature that you release or uh, every bug you fix, you can actually see it translating into revenue earned, or you can actually see the value from it. In fact, I'll tell you, there were some cases in which there were bugs on our side that actually led to pricing errors.
oh,
So we accidentally, matched the iPhone with the iPhone case,
oh,
which is like a $300 product with a $30 product,
oops.
and we lost a ton of money. But the main thing is that the fact that we have such an impact is actually very hard.
And how are these mistakes perceived? Let's say you said a very interesting thing. You made a mistake which made the company
Yeah.
lose a lot of money. What happened after that? Like somebody would be shit scared if they know.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where your leadership comes in, to be very honest. As leaders, I think it's a job to shield the team from the worst of the storm, right? I'm sure that there would have been a lot of hard words at the leadership level, but somehow that never trickled down to the team.
Interesting.
And I think that's where a good leadership
Yeah.
is fundamental.
Yeah, and if multiple leaders are
Yeah.
demonstrating that, that becomes the culture.
Exactly.
Great. So, what's your exact role in Walmart right now? Like, how did it evolve through 4.5 years?
So
How
I
did you
joined
start?
Walmart as an IC.
IC for our viewers
Is individual contributor.
individual contributor. Okay.
So it's basically you're an engineer, you don't have any reporting, but you have the ownership of a sizable component.
Hmm.
So in my case, I got the ownership, and I was blessed with a good leadership, and that sphere of ownership kept on expanding.
Okay.
And being an IC at Walmart, right, you get to explore a lot of different things because you have a lot of freedom to come up with these new features, new product ideas. I mean, I know it is the job of product to do that, but that boundary is very blurred in Walmart.
Which
So you
is
have
good.
a so you have a lot of freedom, and you have opportunities to actually interact directly with business, to interact directly with senior engineering leadership. So that part, I mean, that was a very enriching experience because before Walmart, I was just working in startups.
Okay.
So in startups, as you know, you think of a feature on Saturday, and next Friday it's also in production.
Yeah.
You know, it's that fast.
Yeah.
But when I came to Walmart, first 4 months I actually spent on just doing documentation.
Interesting.
Actually pitching the idea to various people in various roles. So that was a very big learning for me, and that was a very big mindset change.
In these large companies, like the rigor is much more.
Yeah.
Right? That's what.
Yeah.
Great. So you evolved from an individual contributor to a manager now?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you decide to get to the other side?
So a couple of reasons. First of all, I thought it was time to try management, primarily to get that well-rounded experience. That was the trigger
Got it.
for me.
Got it.
And but yeah, when I did make the switch, after that I realized that I really love people management.
Interesting.
So I didn't know that about myself before I actually did this, but now I think that I have a genuine interest in people. So yeah.
Nice. Let's zoom out a little bit and understand, like you said you're an engineer. So where did you study from? And give us a brief walkthrough on how your career has evolved. Like how much time you have spent in what kind of companies doing what, and how did the story form? Like how is it all adding up?
All right. So I finished my education from Naval Public School. So, and that's primarily because my father is in the defense. You know, when I was in 10th, I was convinced that I have to become a doctor.
Oh.
I actually had no doubt in my mind.
Okay.
So I never wanted to become an engineer. It was not on the cards. My father always wanted me to become an engineer.
Okay.
Because he used to say ki there's less study there, you'll be more successful. You become a doctor, 10 years you'll study. He must have had those calculations in his mind. She'll be 35 until she finishes studying, and then how will we get her married? I don't know. He had his reasons. But I was very confident that I wanted to become a doctor. So what happened is that I gave all the entrance exams. My father just signed me up for AIEEE. My father just convinced me that okay, that's fine. Just go and give AIEEE. You'll have a good practice of your physics and chemistry. For maths, you just do one thing. You know Venn diagrams very well. So you just attempt those questions only. Okay, don't attempt anything else. I was like, okay, ठीक है. I just went ki this is a practice for my physics and chemistry. As luck would have it, I cleared my AIEEE, but for all of my other medical exams, I was not able to clear them. Primarily because my father was in the defense. So I had spent only 4 years
Hmm.
in that particular state,
Okay.
and to be eligible for the defense scholarship or
Oh.
the defense quota, I
Hmm.
had to spend like 1 more year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
because of that,
Eligibility was
yeah.
not there. Oh.
So if you look at all the in medical, actually the seats are very very less.
Yeah, we must say like hats off to the way things were planned by
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
That he made sure that it's not 5 years,
Yeah, yeah.
otherwise you will
Yeah,
be cut.
my dad has always been in the background of my life somewhere or the other. So somehow what happened was I got through AIEEE.
Hmm.
Now till that time, I didn't even know that there are various fields in engineering. Because MBBS is just one MBBS.
You were doctor all this while, and suddenly you have a test year
Right.
with great rank.
Yeah.
And now a lot of further decisions
Yeah.
need to be made.
So now my father is like, okay, fine. Now let's fill that form because there was that list that you had to fill, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
of what college, what branch, and all that.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's fill that. So what is the branch that you want to go to? I was like totally stumped. What do you mean by branch? Then he told me these are the various branches in engineering. You have to choose your top three. Then I want civil, mechanical, and one more. Equally.
And you were saying all this seriously? Or?
Seriously, because I thought engineer means I have to wear that hat and make things and all that, right?
Okay.
So I was that removed from this. So then he corrected me and he told me, "Nee, that's not how things work. तो सबसे पहले we'll fill ECE, okay. फिर उसके बाद हम we'll fill computers, and उसके बाद we'll do IT. People think electrical is also good branch, but we won't fill that." I was like, okay, ठीक है, whatever you want to do, you do. Anyways,
but you don't get to wear the helmet in these branches.
So yeah, he told me that, and that those days are gone. All that only workers wear. Nobody wears like that. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever is happening is happening. Then we went to that counseling. There, there I was, based on my rank, I was actually about to get chemical engineering. And there was one more person. He was about to get IT. So my dad actually went to him and convinced him that chemical is a very good branch. You should get chemical. And he went and got chemical. I got IT.
So that guy, you still know him? Like,
I still know him. I hope he doesn't watch this. But yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So my father's always been there. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he did it intentionally.
People prepare so hard for AIEEE,
Yeah.
and you just casually showed up. So maybe like your
It was
aptitude,
meant to be. Yeah, maybe.
a lot of things in the hindsight, they add up to that. No, great thought. So after IT, like tell us more. Like now you have ended in IT. You maybe you might be like wanting to become an orthopedician or a doctor. Now suddenly you are in an engineering college.
That was a very big mindset change for me. Mainly because, see, my father was in the defense. So defense is generally it's an open culture. It's a progressive culture, right? And we've been staying in states like Goa. So that all that left its mark on me and my thought process. And I'd always studied in a co-ed school. In fact, that thing never entered my mind. Okay, this is the guy I don't have to talk to. So it was a very well-rounded upbringing. And then I landed up in NIT Jaipur. And NIT Jaipur, now it's pretty good. But at that time, it was very, very orthodox. So I remember the first time I looked out of my hostel window and I saw like women in traditional Rajasthani dress with full ghungat walking around.
Ghungat in an engineering college.
Yeah. And I was like very stumped because I had never seen this before. Actually, I never seen that dress only before. So they used to be walking with their family, and so the women of the family used to wear that traditional dress. So that was a very big cultural shock for me. And then there was this unwritten rule that you cannot wear denims to class.
Oh.
In fact, there were some departments that they used to say
Hmm.
that if girls wear denims to those classes, the professors will ding you. Yeah, so it was pretty different. Culturally, it was different. Weather-wise, it was different. Um, Also, my father actually, my parents rather, they had given us all the opportunities, but in a way they had kind of coddled us or maybe really sheltered us.
Yeah, that's very typical of us
Typical.
Indian parents. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, all my friends used to go out and meet each other, but we were never allowed to do that. So suddenly now you can understand with I still remember my first pocket money was 1500 rupees.
In college?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with 1500 rupees, I was alone in a city with these friends around me. So I didn't know where to run. What is the first place to run to spend all this money?